All right, how you doing? So I'm just chilling here, just enjoying like a half a day off or so, because I worked all throughout the July 4th weekend. I really don't celebrate that thing too tough. So anyway, my second video of the day, I'm doing this one on an interesting article about this star, I think it's on MTV, named Tila Tequila, and her comments on black women, her baldness or lack of hair and so forth. All right, I guess it caused a lot of outrage, either on YouTube or like Instagram. So yeah, I saw the video, and believe it or not, I hate to tell you, but when they had she had mentioned the remark where women were going to be struck with baldness, okay, in the end of the day, that is a legit statement. But I think it was the way that she put it out, in which caused a lot of outrage or whatever. Okay, it kind of seemed like it was like she used that scripture, and it is a scripture, okay, to attack black women, and the scriptures are not used to be that way, okay, or to drop a dime. I think it's just something the scriptures is something to show guidance and prophecy and history and all that, okay. But you can see that that scripture in let's see here, Isaiah 3 or 4, okay, where there were the Israelite women in those last days. Back then, that was around 6th century BC, okay, before the Babylonians came and invaded that area of Jerusalem. That the women were haughty, okay, but they did, and they walked around, walked around unhumble. Now, women back then, they did have long hair. They were very, very classy people, the Israelites or whatever. I mean, they dressed to impress or whatever, all right? Like, they had gold all in their outfits and all that, okay? The men, you could tell, like hypergamy wise, where it was like men at the top of the pyramid versus the bottom, okay, because they dressed a certain way, the same as the women, okay. Like women had like gold, like bonnets and gold, I don't know, those little gold, those things that they put in their hair, I forgot what they are, and their hair was very, very long to cover their, breast, or, they were so long, all right. But the Most High took that away because, the people, but particularly the women we're talking about, did not keep, God's commandments and did not honor the man, okay, back then. But then again, the men were not honoring the Most High, so that was an effect that trickled downhill. All right, so feel free to read that scripture, all right, and famine did strike the area, but then again, all right, on top of that, causing baldness or making a black woman's hair or woman's hair fall out, okay, it did cause like baldness, unhealthiness, all right, like from an unhealthy diet, okay, things like Gentile type food, crustaceans and all that food that is not good for you, okay. Some women, having, excuse me for saying this, multiple men, many were concubines, okay, and a woman's private parts at one time smelled pleasant if they took good care of them. But between that and the diet, okay, then the Most High created the stench. This is nothing I'm saying. This is what the scriptures are saying, and this is what Tila Tequila was saying, okay. But then again, all right, that they have scriptures like in Zechariah saying that the scriptures are not used that way to attack people. So, I think that she needs to probably be very, very careful on, using the scriptures or people and that, other spiritual leaders and people in that type of fashion. I do agree to that part. okay? But this is not a burden just for black women. I think that Tila Tequila did not maybe realize or, I don't know, acknowledge or realize the fact that this is a burden amongst the whole world. Let's just say as far as in women wearing extensions, actually white women, were wearing the extensions, and I knew like pictures, like let's say of my mom and her friends or whatever, like maybe up to about maybe 1980, they had long afro type hair, okay, beautiful hair, the type of hair that, other women and other ethnicities or whatever, would die for, okay, or would love to have. And we had the best hair that is until, let's say, people like Diana Ross in the 80s started wearing extensions, okay? That's more of a Caucasian trait there, and there's nothing against, Caucasians. And it's one of the things that over the years that most black women now are wearing extensions and so forth. Many of them are going back to natural. But then again, there's white women, Latino women, okay, that are wearing extensions, all right? And this is a cause from being stress and diet, okay, trying to be liberal, okay, and instead of, keeping the Most High's commandments. And some of that's, our fault as well as men too, okay, for not doing that. Because if we don't keep the Most High first, the woman will not regard us. So, but she does have a point to a certain extent. I'm not trying to defend for her or take sides, okay? But I was looking at some podcasts, especially Vicky Dillard. Shout out to that young lady, our very bright, smart sister. That's stating, yes, we will eventually be leaders again, and we, I do agree to that. But that's not going to happen until, let's say, it starts with us have to get back into, keeping the Most High first. Then the women will once again start to regard us, because right now, many of us, he's not dealing with us right now, okay? And over time, those traits of a woman will be restored, and we will be rulers of this earth again, okay? Or will be raptured and taken away, one of the two. So let's just see what happens. That's just my insight on that remark.